is it, the ultimate game in this college football season. Two teams that have battled through a long regular season, thrive in this 12-team playoff bracket, overcoming adversity along the way. And now, two teams battle for that gold championship trophy in the building here tonight. Which side will have their dreams come true? Laissez le bon temps brûler. We are ready to let the good times roll in New Orleans tonight, the site of this year's national championship game. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a playoff team from last year, the Oklahoma Sooners. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler with Kirk Herbstreit, and this is it. This football season's ultimate game. Time to find out who's going to emerge as national champion. Out there, and you can feel the energy. One game to determine the national championship. And it's fielded. Can the returner make something happen here? He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. On the move. Can he make it? Yes. All the way to the house. Touchdown. Wow, a kick return for a touchdown in the national championship game. This place has come unhinged.
You know, we get so caught up in offense and defense, sometimes people like to overlook the importance of special teams. Here's a great reminder. Big-time blocks up front, and the speed of the return man, he takes it all the way to the end zone.
Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Bringing it out, it's Thomas. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. They start the drive with a quick throw to the left side. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker.
We see this all over the country now in college football. Defensive backs staying back a little bit deeper, forcing the quarterback to have to throw things in front. I like the decision here by the quarterback because he gets positive yards. It's a good way of staying ahead of the chains.
With the catch, it's Thomas. They wrap it up after the completion just short of the first down mark.
Any good offense has to have a reliable, quick to intermediate passing game. Even though that wasn't enough for the first down, it's plays like this that help you sustain drives and not get stuck with third down and long.
Dropping back, it's Williams. Caught over the middle, it's Smith. Tackled right at the 30, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, I've always said I think this quarterback all year long has been able to be as consistent as any quarterback in the country. And when you get the third down, you've got to trust that he's going to make the right decision and throw an accurate ball to give you a chance at a first down. There's another example of it right there.
That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play, brings up second down.
Chris, I don't know if it's the hype of the national championship, the timing between the quarterback and his receivers, but they have not been able to get anything going at all here in the first half. And the problem is they're already down in this game. They've got to put the ball through the air and start hitting some passes, or there's no chance they come back and have a chance to win.
Catch made on the out route. The receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch.
Chris, it's so much fun to watch the athleticism at the wide receiver position nowadays. The ability to make plays on the outside is extraordinary, and they bring a certain toughness, too, that catches my eye.
Big moment on the opening drive. They face third down. The quarterback appears to be changing the play. Looking to throw it again. Bringing pressure. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up fourth down.
I mean, you don't see this very often. They just pressured the quarterback, and did you see how many guys they were rushing him? 3. You have 8 guys in coverage, and you can get that kind of pressure on a quarterback with 3 rushing.
The coverage team makes the stop on this return. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. They've got him down out near the 40.
Great offenses are able to stay ahead of the chains, and runs like that on first down are exactly what I'm talking about. Now you have a lot that you can call here on this second down.
The quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Caught near the sticks. It's Hale. He picks up the first down, but gets drilled on the tackle.
Quarterback sees that this defense is dropping way back in zone coverage, so he does the right thing. Gets it underneath to that drag route and picks up a first down.
First down and 10. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Pressure is coming. And that's just thrown away. A pretty obvious intentional grounding call. Yeah, here's the marker. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. And the quarterback dropping back. Grab down the middle. It's Johnson. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker.
I think it's important to kind of let your quarterback get into a rhythm early in the game. Sure, you'd love to see the big gains, but plays like this allow the quarterback to get settled into the game, find his rhythm, and then he can make the bigger plays later on.
Looking for his big tight end. He's got it in the open. Oh, and now he fumbles the ball. Recovered by the defense, and they're on the move.
Well, that's why you do ball security drills. Every single day in practice, you just can't put the ball on the turf like that. But give credit to the defender for the hit, because that's what caused the fumble.
Not the news the coach was hoping to hear. He took a chance calling a timeout to get the replay. We'll see if that proves to be crucial. And the Sooners offense is back out on the field. They were forced to punt last time. Can they get this offense going finally? Get some points out of this possession. Pass caught. Can he get in? Touchdown, Sooners. They begin to fight back here in this championship game.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Adams. That's strong coverage, though. They tackle him at the 11-yard line. Offense comes out to start this drive. Play action here on first down. He's looking deep down the middle. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
A lot of times college football, the game comes down to just a play or two. And that's a missed opportunity by this offense. I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to come back to that same play in the second half.
Here comes a handoff. Slams right into a wall. They got him for a loss.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Well, this is every defense's worst nightmare. They have everything covered downfield. The quarterback just has given up on the play, checks it down to the back, and instead of rallying to the football to keep him short of the first down, he is so elusive, he picks up first down yards.
The tackle made, but the sophomore quarterback showing us the arm strength.
A nice throw and a great catch by another Alabama wide receivers. And that's really where we are anymore with Alabama. You just come to expect great receivers like this. You think back in recent years to Amari Cooper and Jerry Jeudy, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith. The list goes on and on. Boy, they've got some great-looking receivers on this squad.
Offense getting set. It's second down.
How about the timing here by the defense to shoot that gap? As an offensive lineman, you have to anticipate that, close that gap off. Otherwise, it could be a long day.
It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a third down. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but need this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. It's nearly picked off. He couldn't hold on to it. Don't expect that from such a reliable defender. Brings up fourth down, though.
Oh, man, nearly a disastrous play there by the quarterback. Look at his facial expressions right now. He knows that he caught a break, trying to force the ball in there. He's going to have to make better decisions moving forward and work through his progressions to find his open man.
And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. On first down, it's play action. And he's looking to make a big play downfield. And that one's picked off. What a play. And he's bringing it back. They finally bring him down, but what a return after the takeaway.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive, and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
And he's brought down after a short gain, does not make the first down yardage. Second down after that run on the previous play. Looking for a man. He's running out of time here. And the pass is just thrown away. Clearly intentional grounding. And here comes the penalty mark. Incompletion sets up a third down now for this offense. Looks like he didn't get the snap off in time. That'll cost him 5 yards. So the offense obviously will decline the penalty and take the result of the play. Critical third down play for this offense right here. To the air, it's Russell. Makes the throw across the middle of the field. Wide open downfield. He stopped short of the marker, so it's fourth down now. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. The offense will go for here on fourth down and 3. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Makes the catch, and that is enough for a first down. And finally tackled him down at the 2-yard line. What a play on that completion.
Well, it's always a gamble to go for it on fourth down when you're already in field goal range, but it looks like they won't rehash this decision when it's all said and done. That's a first down.
The Tide offense line up here on first and goal. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama.
Chris, I know the back's going to get a lot of attention for this touchdown, but I was focused on the offensive line. You had 5 guys working as one. Great communication, able to get up to that second level and open things up nicely to allow the back into the end zone.
Went after, up and good. Bringing it out, it's Thomas. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. And for the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Hill. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
Love to see the short passing game as a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable and allows you to see how the defense is reacting. That can open up for other things later on.
With the catch, it's Thomas. Good enough for first down yardage.
This defense has got to be aware of these quick throws to these wide receivers. They're lucky he didn't come up with more yards.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Scanning the field, it's Williams. Looking for the wideout. He makes the catch. They get him down, but a big gainer to the 42. So Alabama will take the lead into the quarter break here. We've reached the end of one in this battle for the national championship. Before moving on, let's check out the stats so far. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. It's a bootleg looking to throw. He escapes the pocket. Catch made in space. Look out. They finally stop him, and not before he gets to the 16-yard line.
And I love that they continue to go back to this talented wide receiver. That's back-to-back plays with big gains, and it's not surprising. Like I said, the scouting report all week long.
Deep shot toward the end zone. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown.
Quarterbacks all over the country try to manipulate the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, I think he just telegraphed it to the receiver that he was going to throw to, staring him down, which allowed the excellent coverage to be able to knock that ball away.
Delivers quickly to the left side. He's got it near the end zone. Tackled down at the 3 after the catch. Defense up against it now.
That's another huge gain for this guy, and I'll tell you what they're doing a good job of is moving him around. He's not aligning just in one spot where the defense has an idea of where he is to try to take him out of the game. They've moved him around, given him a chance to get some one-on-one matchups. Boy, is he taking advantage of that here in the first half of the national title.
Couldn't quite get there, brought down at the 2.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Launching one to the end zone. The pass is incomplete just across the goal line.
Hey, Chris, let's give credit to this defense. Forced into the red zone, backs against the goal line, but they're fighting and breaking up what they can.
It's 3rd and goal at the incompletion. Can they punch it in from the 2? Dropping back, it's Williams. Defense is coming after him. Oh, that's just a throwaway there on 3rd down. And now a 4th down play coming up.
Really good decision here by the quarterback. He ran through his primary target, wasn't there, threw it away to prevent the sack and keep them in field goal range. Smart play.
Big play for both teams. Can the offense punch it in? 4th and goal from the 2. Bootleg looking to throw. Moves out of the pocket. Looking to the end zone. And he makes the catch. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Folks, we hope you're enjoying this. The national championship game is all tied up. Buckle up now for the finish.
Man, this is everything you could hope for on this biggest stage in a national championship. Both these teams bringing their A game. I can't wait to sit back and see who wins.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Turn starts inside the 15. And they get into the ground at the 30. That's where the drive will start. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. Each offense has been clicking, scoring touchdowns in their last possessions. Breaks free. Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Receiver makes the grab. They finally get him down, but a big play to the 46.
That's another positive gain here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, man. You've got to take chances and mix up your coverages because right now what you're doing just isn't working.
Brought down after a solid run by the senior.
Chris, I don't know. There's just something about that Bama uniform. When they run the football, it just feels right. It's a combination of having those big offensive linemen, a really physical approach at the line of scrimmage, and backs that are able to pick up first downs like that right there. Beautiful play.
Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Looking for his back. And the sophomore, a little bit too much air into that throw.
Well, they don't make the completion here. The timing seemed to be off between a quarterback and receiver. But, man, this defensive coordinator, he may want to consider getting more pressure on this quarterback by changing some things up. You've got a lot of time back there to throw the ball, and eventually it's going to cost you.
Nice grab. It's Edwards. They make the tackle, but the offense now set up with a first down at the 21. Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They finally make the tackle, but it's going to be 1st and goal from the 6.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
Alabama's offense now lining up on 1st and goal. They'll try the right here. And this time he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. The defense all over him that time. Well, they don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package.
And he will score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Who says you need explosive plays, Kirk? That was a long, grinding scoring drive.
And think about this. This is the national championship, and you're able to execute like that against this quality of a defense. Man, that is a great job by the coordinator and the quarterback being in sync and putting together a heck of a drive.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Thomas. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. Tight end goes in motion. Here's the toss play now, running to the right. Out of bounds after a really nice game there.
Well, a good run here and a great reminder of what the Sooners are all about. And I know they've had quarterbacks that have gone on to win the Heisman in recent years, and Sam Bradford and Jason White and Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, all great players. Man, I think Oklahoma, I still think of them running the football with Barry Switzer. Option play, pitching it to the backs. Billy Sims, who won the Heisman. DeMarco Murray, and of course Adrian Peterson, Marcus Dupree. Some great history, not just our quarterbacks, running the football in Norman, Oklahoma.
It's the 2-minute timeout of what's been a really competitive game so far. Chance for the offense to take the lead before the break. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? They'll run it to the left. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. Now the offense faces 3rd and long from the 30. Can they convert and get a drive going? Back to throw. It's Hawkins. Looks left and finds his target there. And he's brought down just short of the marker on that play. Good job by the defense to prevent the first down.
Great job by this defensive tackling in space. They are going to keep him short of the first down marker. And a big decision for this head coach on whether or not to go for it or punt it away.
And at 4th down, they'll punt it away here. That one lands and bounces out of bounds. And they'll start the drive here from the 23-yard line. There's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. The offense calls a timeout here. That's their 3rd and final of the half. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. Looking to scramble. Escapes the pocket. Scrambles out of bounds to avoid contact. He's going to be short of the marker.
Boy, he was close to getting to that corner, picking up some big yards, but the defense does a good job of getting him out of bounds.
Second down play coming up for this offense. From the shotgun, drops back. That's caught. It's Johnson. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
Boy, it's one of the things I love about this running back. It's not just this defense trying to defend him running the football. As you can see here early in this game, trying to get him involved in the passing game. Great call.
So from the 28-yard line, it's a 3rd and manageable here. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Short connection to the tight end here. They'll stop him at the 34. That will be a first down.
Not a huge gain here, but the quarterback does a nice job of going with this safe, smart option, finding the big tight end and picking up a critical first down to keep this drive rolling.
Catch made over the middle. He's in the clear at the 20. Powering through the defender. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, tied.
I'll tell you what, in this first half, this quarterback seems to be making all the right reads and showing the accuracy that he's shown all year long. Outstanding pass, great conversion. They put 6 more on the board.
So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. Bringing it out. It's Thomas. Solid coverage there. They get it at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Here's the first play of the drive now, backed up at the 15. Dropping back, it's Williams. Next to the grab, it's Rogers. It's a nice game. You move the football up to the 27.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. It's a quick grab. And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
That completion makes it 2nd and medium. Wants to throw it. receiver grabs it. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down.
Chris, we're still early in this game, and you can already sense the chemistry between this quarterback and the wide receiver. These two just make it look so easy.
The Sooners will line up on 1st and 10. Quick throw, the catch is made. Defense surrounds him, just a short gain on that completion. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. Here's the second down play. Quarterback drops back. Goes to his right side there for the completion. They stop him, but it's a first down. And the Sooners come up to the line to crank the tempo up here. First down, looking to throw the football. To dart to the left side. Oh, and he could not hold on. Would have been a huge gain.
Chris, the defense catches a break here. They got behind coverage, looked like a big play, if not a touchdown, and the receiver just dropped the ball.
So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Scanning the field, it's Williams. Oh, look, he's chucking it deep again. And that one's incomplete with just 7 seconds left on the clock. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And it's incomplete. Just 3 seconds left on the clock.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things. It allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
He finds the running back for a 4th down catch. Tackle made, but there's a flag down on the field. Solid gain on the play there, wiped out by the penalty flag. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Alabama will kick it off to start the second half. So no return here. He takes him in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Quick throw misses his mark there, incomplete. So 2nd and 10 from the 25. Important to get something here to avoid that tough 3rd and long situation. The pocket breaking down. That's caught. It's Robinson. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there.
That's another accurate throw by this quarterback. And Chris, when we did our prep to get ready for the national championship, we all knew that this quarterback potentially could have a big day. But I didn't expect him to get into this kind of zone. This guy cannot.
And looking for a big play here. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Finally brought down to the 20-yard line. A huge gain puts him in great scoring position.
Well, it doesn't take long to figure out what kind of adjustments they made at halftime. Here we are, the very first series to start the second half in the championship game, and they're taking shots downfield. They clearly see matchups they want to take advantage of.
He was brought down after a short gain. That's not going to be first down yardage.
The key here, Chris, is the timing by the quarterback. The fact he got the ball out quickly gave his receiver a chance. One more hitch or a slight hesitation, and that's an incompletion or an interception.
Scrambling, now he'll make the throw. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up 3rd down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Can't hold on. Good defensive play, brings up a 4th down.
Well, it's decision time now, Chris. 4th and short coming up, and you know they're thinking about going for this one. Likely looking at that play sheet and finding the go-to play that'll help them pick up this first down and keep this drive alive. They're thinking 6 points.
Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out.
Well, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
Returner looking to create better field position. And the returner steps out at the 16-yard line. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. So some of that first half lead is gone. This game has gotten tighter. There's some urgency now in this possession. Pulls it in. It's Adams. They bring him down after a short gain there. 2nd down after that completion.
Well, this is why running the football is so important. You run the ball and then you don't play action. It affects the eyes of the safeties and linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
That run sets up an important 3rd down call for this offense. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Taking a deep shot here to the right. It is intercepted. He could go. Powering through a tackle. They bring him down, but that could be a game-changing pick and return.
Boy, just when it looked like they had complete control of the national championship, they turned the ball over. The only real mistake they could have made to give their opponent a chance to get back into the game, and they've done it.
What a grab! And the junior with some excellent work after making the catch.
What a gain here. Big play for this offense. The quarterback and receiver just seemed to be in sync. Tough on that corner to try to make a play on that ball.
The defense better regroup after that big gainer. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Caught behind the line. It's Thomas. Touchdown, Sooners! This offense cannot be stopped.
That's taking advantage of a matchup there, Chris, by the quarterback finding his receiver. He puts the ball up in the air where he can make a play on it, and they come up with that touchdown.
The coach deciding to go for 2 here to cut the margin to 3 points. Play fake, looking to throw. They pressure him and get him on 4th down. There is a flag, but I think this sack is going to stand. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Adams. And a returner brought down by that coverage team. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. This drive is important. Last one and an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. He'll pitch it. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
That's how you defend the option. Take the quarterback away and then use your speed to bring the pitch back down.
Quickly behind the sticks here after the loss. 2nd down and 11. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Boy, this one's on the offensive line, Chris. They've got to do a better job of protecting the franchise quarterback. This guy's as good as there is in the country, and they're letting this pressure get to their quarterback. Either get the ball out faster, or the offensive line's got to do a better job of taking care of their guy.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. On the move now. And that's going to be a safety. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. So following the safety, it's a free kick. They'll kick it away from the 20. He finds some space. Okay, so here comes the Oklahoma offense back on the field. Quick throw to the left. They bring him down quickly. A short pitching catch to get a little bit closer to the marker.
Boy, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
Getting set. Here's second down. It's intercepted. Trying to fire it into a tight window. They get him down after a short return, but the interception gets the football back to the offense at the 36. The offense is set up with excellent field position. First play of the drive, they come out throwing. He escapes the pocket. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Looking for a gap. It's Hill. They stop him at the 22. This offense in great scoring position now.
Just a great play by the running back here, finding his lanes and then exploding through the gap when it opened up.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Moves out of the pocket. And he just throws it away.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they tackle him, but a solid gain down to around the 5-yard line.
All right, Chris, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen today, they're big. You know, they weigh over 300 pounds. But that doesn't mean they don't have to have agility. And the way they can get out there in front of the runner, create space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and a runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because he's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays, and this one worked out really well for a nice piece of yards and a first down.
Tailback tests the middle of the defense. Stop at the line, still a few yards short from pay dirt.
Well, you lose the battle at the line of scrimmage here on second down to bring up this third down. Now, as a play caller, you really got to be thinking about pass pro and giving this quarterback a chance to throw the football to get this into the end zone.
The play sets up a 3rd and goal from the 5 now. And a handoff as they run the counter play. Only gets a couple of yards there. It'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they come up short of the goal line, but you still got to consider going for it here. You could try to punch it in, try to be physical from the 2, but I'm sure they got a handful of 2-point conversion plays that they could use here to dial it up. Let's see what they decide to go for.
He's not going to get there. The defense is up and makes a huge 4th down stop.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decide to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
So the challenge doesn't work. That'll cost the head coach a timeout. We'll see if that comes into play later in the ballgame. And the Oklahoma offense is back on the field. The offense trying to build on the momentum after the defense created that safety. To throw, it's Williams. The receiver makes the catch. They get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving his defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field, somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
Makes the catch. It's Hudson. Makes the grab, but doesn't get much. He's going to be ruled down short of the marker.
We are in the age of the mobile quarterback, and you saw it right there. The ability to scramble out of the pocket, extend the play, and make passes like that is invaluable to the offense.
So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half. Interesting play call here. 3rd and short inside their own 20. They want to get this drive going, or a punt could give the opponents excellent field position. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Oh, and he dives to make a beautiful catch there.
Well, he continues to have time to throw the football, and he makes his defense pay for it. Now, they realized coming into this game they had to take away his ability to throw the football downfield, but it's the receivers and their plays after the catch that's really giving them a hard time.
It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on 1st down.
We finally see a change-up from this defense. It has been a long game for this defensive coordinator. A lot of touchdown passes. They finally find a way to affect the timing between the quarterback and his receivers by getting pressure.
The sure hands, it's Hudson. They keep the drive going. It's a first down of the 46.
Another big game by this wide receiver. This guy has had a great year all season long. You knew coming into the national championship he'd have a shot to make a lot of big plays. But give credit to the offensive coordinator, moving him around, allowing him to find space to do work.
They find the slot receiver on a drag route that time.
Yeah, you don't really see this very often from a slot receiver on this drag route. But a nice call here, nice little wrinkle. Quarterback does a nice job of waiting for him to clear the traffic and then found him for a nice gain.
And they bring him down, but that's enough for a first down as the clock runs down here in the 3rd quarter. So Alabama will take the lead into the quarter break here. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter in this national championship battle that has lived up to the hype. Before the final period, let's check out the game stats. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. And they hand it off to the back. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
It's a really good, solid run. I know it's not the flashiest big play, but it's important for your offense to be able to get yards like that on early downs. You stay ahead of the chains, and it opens up the playbook for the 2nd and 3rd down coming up.
Looking downfield, it's Williams. Finds his man. And he goes down, but the important thing, it's enough to move the sticks and a fresh set of downs.
You see more and more offenses in college football going to 3 receivers, and the slot receiver a lot of times can become the go-to guy. He gets mismatches against either safeties, a nickelback, or a linebacker walked out, and you can take advantage of it.
And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion. And the long drive continues. The offense pushing the ball down the field. A play action, looking to throw. On the move now. On the run, he'll let it go. He's got a receiver wide open here. Ball carrier tackled at the 2, a solid gain on that completion. This is turning into a monster day for this quarterback, Kirk. His passing yards now up over 350.
Yeah, and it seems like this defense has tried everything. They're blitzing, they're sitting back in zone, they're trying to double coverage certain receivers. Everything that they've tried is, unfortunately for them, not working because of how well this quarterback is seeing it and throwing today.
And now a chance to take the lead with a touchdown here. It's 1st and goal. Design quarterback run. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Defense clearly setting up to stuff the run here. And the quarterback's going to sneak it. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
You just love to see this when the game is on the line. This offensive line does a great job of executing up front, giving this back just enough room to be able to get into the end zone and give them the lead.
ET up and good. The lead is 4 here in the final quarter. And he takes this from inside the 5. brought down. Sets up the next drive. The player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. Remember, last time they went for it on a 4th down and got stopped, and the opponent went right down the field. Let's see if they can recover from that here. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain. The running back sneaks out there. He is a difficult matchup for this defense in the passing game.
Man, it is so tough to match up in man-to-man coverage against a back like this and catch the ball like a receiver. It's something you work on all week, and you know about it, you're aware of it, but it's one thing to be aware of it, and another thing to go out and execute it and try to stay within the man coverage. Very tough to do.
Back-to-back chunk plays to begin the drive. The defense on their heels. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Looking to scramble. He's going to pull it down and run. Tries to get to the marker with his legs, but comes up a little short on the scramble.
Well, I always want to see quarterbacks try to pick up some additional yards. They're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have got to stay in the game and stay on the field. He's got to be careful out there.
Alabama getting set for the 1st and 10 now. They'll switch it up here, looking to throw. He escapes the pocket. That's reeled in. It's Hill. Ball carrier wrapped up, brought down.
And that is always the toughest thing for a defense, when you cover the initial routes by the receivers, but then they start their second routes adjusting to the quarterback's scramble, and they're able to get open. And when you have a quarterback who can run around and buy time, it makes it so much tougher on coverage.
Now, instead of a nice gain, they're going backwards with that penalty call. Important 2nd down play coming up. Looking for a receiver. To sure hands. It's Hale. He heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
On 3rd and short, they try to pick it up on the ground. Make the stop, but good enough for a 1st down at the 29.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes him block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
And the tackle is made. The screen pass there produces a solid gain.
Good time here to drop this screen in by the offensive coordinator, and a nice job by the running back being able to pick up some positive yards here on this play.
And he goes nowhere. Stop cold behind the line of scrimmage.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
Third down and short in this championship game on the 9th play of the drive. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Grab near the sticks. It's Adams. They bring it down at the 13. This offense really threatening now to score. It'll be 1st down.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. Look at
the end zone. Has a lane. Tackle just short of the goal line at the 1. What a run.
Nothing better than an offense on 1st down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
1st and goal. Can the offense punch it in and claim the lead here in the 4th quarter? And they're trying to punch it in here. Touchdown, Alabama. They jump on top now here in the 4th.
Well, what an unbelievable job by this offense, Chris. They put themselves in a position to put a touchdown on the board. They take the lead, and now we'll see if their own defense can hold on to that lead in these last couple minutes of the game.
Fielded near the end line. He's going to come out with it. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. And for the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. Back to throw. It's Williams. And he dumps it off to the tight end. He is a load to bring down. Finally, a strong tackle by the cornerback gets it.
Man, give the defense a lot of credit. You're taking away the elite receiver. That primary target forces the quarterback to find a second or third option. He gets positive yards, but anytime you can take away the big play late in the game, it's going to help you be able to secure victory.
And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down. Here we go. Final minutes of this national championship game. Can this quarterback step up and become a hero? On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Grab behind the line. It's Roberts. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
Boy, great job here of getting out of bounds. I know they didn't pick up the first down, but that's irrelevant. At this point in the game, it's all about the clock. You get out of bounds, you save your one timeout, and now you got a real chance.
A quick throw up good, complete. Tackle made, but not before he reaches the 44.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside, not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. And it comes down to this in the national championship. Close game. Final minutes. Can this quarterback step up and make a winning play? And the freshman brings him down quickly.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Here we go. Final minutes of this national championship game. Can this quarterback step up and become a hero? Fires it to the wideout. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. They make the stop, but it'll be 1st and 10 now from the 18.
Well, I'll tell you what, this guy's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. And here we are, late in the game. He needs to continue to play with that consistency. And that's a great example that he's up to it.
Here comes a throw from the red zone. It's an out route, the catch made. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage.
Anytime a quarterback and a receiver are in sync, you've got a chance to make a very successful play. Great job here by the offense.
And it comes down to this in the national championship. Close game. Final minutes. Can this quarterback step up and make a winning play?
Well, he keeps it on the option, and it's not always the big play. It's sometimes just getting the first down. Does a nice job of knowing where he needed to go. We got a new set of downs.
It's 1st and goal. Can they punch it in and take the lead? Looks to his left and makes the completion. Stopped right there at the line. No gain. And the offense spends a timeout. The clock stopped with just 10 seconds left. All right, it's 2nd down and goal now for this offense. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Back to pass. It's Hawkins. Looking to the end zone. And it's incomplete, targeting a man right near the goal line.
Interesting scenario here, Chris. Down by 3. A field goal obviously ties it here in the last few seconds. But do they take a chance? Do they potentially throw the ball into the end zone to try to go for the win? I think I'd kick it.
Sails right through the middle of the uprights. Solid kick. And in the final seconds, we had a tie ball game. We come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. It's a squib kick, fielded by one of the up men. He's tackled at the 34 after a decent kick return there. So 1st and 10, our first play of overtime. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Running back has it on the screen now. They bring him down, but the back able to pick up some decent yardage in that screen.
And the defense is getting pressure on the quarterback. They got a little bit fooled here by the screen play. Nice positive gain for the offense.
That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
So here comes a crucial 3rd and short. This offense does not want to have to settle for a field goal attempt here in overtime. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, if he would have stayed on his track and stayed more to the inside, I think that play opens up for a nice gain. Instead, he's looking for the big play, bounces it to the outside, and there's just too much speed on that defense.
So here we go, 4th and short. No field goal attempt. This offense is going to go for it. A lot on the line right here. Finds this receiver. That's enough for the 1st down. And the tackle is made, but the offense now is set up. 1st and goal from the 9. So here we go. The offense has 1st and goal here in overtime. Offense looking to throw the ball. Moves out of the pocket. Trying to get the throw off.
Yeah, I think that's a smart play. Goal to go is tricky when you're trying to throw it in there. And if it's not there, throw it away and live for the next down.
No gain makes it 2nd and goal from the 9. Flying for the end zone, running it right up the gut. It's a touchdown as they jump on top here in overtime. And now the extra point to make this a 7-point game in overtime.
Well, that's a well-oiled machine right there. Everyone on this offense has been a star in their roles. And when they're rolling like this, it results in quick and positive results.
Pressure on this offense here in overtime. They must score a touchdown to stay alive. And the wideout goes in motion. Here's a jet sweep. That's a stop behind the line of scrimmage. They've got him for a 3-yard loss.
Really good call here to go with the jet sweep, but you've got to get north and south. Once the defense is out of position, the quicker you can get vertical, the better chance you can find yardage for that 1st down.
Running play goes backwards. Now the offense is set up at 2nd and 13. To throw, it's Williams. Caught over the middle. It's Smith. He's swarmed by the defense.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Here comes a crucial 3rd down play. They have 2 plays to make this, needing a touchdown to stay in the game. In the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. He's got it right near the end zone. And it's a touchdown. They're an extra point away from double OT, or you go for 2 and win it right now.
Well, this is one of the benefits of going...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He's looking to throw. And he's in there. They get it and get it to win the game. What a call. For the last team standing on the top of the mountain for national champions.
Well, it's been so much fun to watch this team play all year long. They've had some challenging moments. They've been able to overcome them. And how fitting, a close game in the national championship. They come through one more time. And as you say, they hold the trophy. They are the national champions of the year.
And And that's going to do it as we crown another national champion and punctuate a wild, exciting season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit and our entire crew behind the scenes, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. Officially, your kings of the college football world and national champions, the Oklahoma Sooners.